Hi everyone! Welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today, I will be making Chinese sesame flatbread, otherwise known as Shaobing in Chinese. Shaobing is a favorite Taiwanese traditional breakfast. It has a pillow shape, crispy and flaky exterior, and a layered interior. Shaobing is very aromatic due to the added toasted sesame seeds. I will be stuffing this Shaobing with Mou Shu Pork. Come along with me to see how this is made. First, we will prepare the dough. In a big bowl, I have all-purpose flour, add a bit of salt, a bit of sugar. Stir in hot water. I use about maybe 70 degrees Celsius to 80 degrees Celsius hot water. Pour it a little bit at a time while stirring. I use a pair of chopsticks to stir. Okay, so you can see that it is clumpy. Yeah, clumpy bits are being formed. So it's still a bit dry, so maybe I will put a bit of cold water. So about 100 grams of cold water. So pour a little bit at a time and continue to stir. Then we will add oil. I've got a bit of oil, so pour it in and mix well. When it comes to a situation like this, the consistency dry and clumpy like that, I remove the chopstick and I use my hand to gather all these clumps together to form a big ball. Something like this. So at this stage, it is still a bit sticky and a little bit shaggy. So no problem, we will rest it for 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, it'll be much easier to achieve a smooth, shiny ball. So you only need to knead it for about a minute. And you can see that even immediately it forms a smooth and shiny surface. So no need to knead for too long, just about a minute will do. So then at this stage, put it back into the same bowl and let it rest again for about an hour. In the meantime, we'll prepare our oil dough. So we have got some flour and then pour hot oil. I boil the oil, so a little bit at a time, and then stir it to form a paste. It's basically like an oil paste that we put on our dough in order to create the multi-layered structure inside. So after 1 hour, it looks something like this. So we are going to flour the surface first and also make sure that you flour your rolling pin. It is highly recommended that you use a silicone mat if you have, or any surface that is a non-stick. The reason is because this dough is a little bit, it's sticky, so we do not want it to stick onto the surface as we roll. So the plan is to roll it into a big rectangle of about 50 cm by 30 cm. So initially, I just flatten it first so that I can get an even rectangle. So the thickness is about 1 to 2 cm thick. So from time to time, try to lift up the dough and then flour the surface. Yeah, that's to prevent it from sticking. So it looks like we are almost reaching the 50 cm by 30 cm rectangle. So at this point, we need to dollop the oil paste randomly on the dough first. And then we are going to spread it evenly on the dough. Okay, something like this, as evenly as you can achieve, right? So, okay. So now we need to roll it up into like a sausage roll. Start from before that we add a bit of flour. I just want it to be a little bit drier so that when we roll it doesn't ooze out, the oil doesn't ooze out. So starting from the long side, we'll just roll it up like that. Okay, we got a nice roll, about 50 cm in length. So the plan is to cut it into 10 equal pieces, so each piece will be about 5 cm in length. Okay, good. So we're going to rest these pieces first so that it will be easier to roll afterwards. So I put it on a pan or any container, and then we are going to cover this and rest it for 15 minutes. So use a piece of dry, clean towel, cover it. So after 15 minutes, it's nicely rested, relaxed and all. So okay, take out one piece, and what I did was I pinched the cut ends to seal it up, to prevent the oil paste from oozing out when we roll it afterwards. So just like that, yeah, easy, right? Yeah, just seal it up like that, and do the same for the other 9 pieces. So coming back to the first piece, roll it into a rectangle first, a small rectangle like this. Then we're going to fold it. You can fold it 3 times, 4 times or 5 times. So just fold it, turn 90 degrees, and then roll it again. All this folding and rolling is to create the multi-layer interior of our Shaobing. So a long strip like that. Okay, great. So roll it again. Loosely roll it. Then put it aside. Do the same for the other 9 pieces. So now we are going to let it rest for a final time, 15 minutes. Cover with a dry, clean towel. So meantime, we'll make the glaze, which consists of honey and a bit of water. So we're going to mix this well, and we're going to use the base the glaze over the top of our Shaobing before we bake it. So after 15 minutes, we are going to take the first piece and do the last roll. Okay, flatten it first, then roll it to the final size of the Shaobing. I normally roll it to about 15 cm by 10 cm, about this size. It's a good size for stuffing things. Glaze it with the honey water glaze. Then sprinkle with sesame seeds. You can sprinkle as little or as much as you wish. I love sesame seeds because it gives it a very, very aromatic Shaobing. So I put a lot. Okay, then you put it on a pan, a baking pan that has been lined with baking paper. Do the same for the other 9 pieces. Okay, we are ready to bake. So put it inside a preheated oven at 230 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. I put it in the middle rack. So after 15 minutes, it looks very beautiful, a golden brown, puffed up like a pillow. Can you see how nice it is? Yes, it's actually very crispy as well. So let's have a look at one of them. So we are going to cut it out. So I use a pair of scissors to cut 3 sides of our Shaobing, just to see what's inside. Wow! Can you see the beautiful multi-layered interior? I normally stuff my Shaobing with Mou Shu Pork. So please look out for my next video on how to prepare this Mou Shu Pork. I will do it in my next video. This flatbread bread can also be stuffed with other stuffings like scallion, omelette, youtiao, that is Chinese fried dough stick, braised pork, or any of your favorite veggies or meat. The classic Taiwanese way of pairing this Shaobing is with soya milk. This flatbread can be made ahead and frozen. You can then pop them into the toaster to heat and crisp them up. The ingredients are simple and are pantry staples. Do give this recipe a try and let me know how it turns out. And as always, happy cooking!